What is going on, guys? XHOUNDISHx here, and today I wanted to do a PvP gameplay and review of the SOULSTEALER'S Claw, which is another one of Varric's weapons dropped in House of Judgment packages. And while we're on the subject, these weapons are just really awesome. The pulse rifle, the scout, and this thing are just fantastic with good bonuses. And then of course you do have the hand cannon as well, which can roll with some pretty cool bonuses. So good on you, Varric's. But either way, before we go any further, I want to say a big thanks to my friend Matt for letting me use his account to get this gameplay. He managed to get this thing dropped a few days ago, which is pretty awesome, and I appreciate him letting me use his account to try it out. So I'll talk about the stats and everything on the weapon in a moment, but here is the roll of the weapon we have. So we've got the red dot ORS right there, accurate sight for precise fire. Both of these are pretty nice. Red dot OAS as well. All the red dot sights are pretty cool. Then we have send it for increased range and accuracy, injection mold for increased stability, faster handling, does cost a little bit of range right there. And then we've got single point sling, switch weapons faster, move quicker while aiming, which is always nice. And then we've got glass half full, bottom half of each magazine causes additional damage, which is pretty good on this weapon. And then we have unflinching. So the SOULSTEALER'S Claw is the exact same archetype as the Doctrine of Passing, so it's automatically a very powerful weapon with a lot of interest from PvPers in general. So like the Doctrine, this is 100 rate of fire and 2 impact style of auto rifle. SOULSTEALER'S comes with a lower base range and stability than the Doctrine by a reasonable amount. However, with the right bonuses, it can actually have slightly more stability and range, which is pretty good. So this one I'm using has injection mold, which does help with the stability of the weapon, but without counterbalance, which is of course what we're used to with the Doctrine. It does have much lower kind of stability, or more kind of obvious recoil, should I say, than a Doctrine, but by a fair amount. But of course, the perk rolls always help on the weapon, and we can get some pretty good rolls of the gun. Overall though, it does perform as you'd expect it to in PvP, absolutely shreds, and it's for sure as effective as a Doctrine is. Having glass half full on this thing just makes it extremely fierce. Of course, this is a close to medium range weapon, but having the possibility of more range than a Doctrine is always nice as well. And it handles very well in Crucible, and you do kind of have more options with weapon sights and everything like that for PvP. And this is where, of course, you'll want a good roll of the weapon. So as far as perks go, you can roll all of the original red dot sights on this weapon, which is pretty nice. And initially, let's talk about stability. So you can roll hand laid stock and injection mold, which of course will drop your range ever so slightly. But if you're really kind of wanting Doctrine levels of precision, you're going to need counterbalance combined with one of these bonuses as well. So small bore could be pretty interesting because you get a boost of range as well as stability, and combine that with counterbalance, you'll have some pretty healthy range stats and stability. It's also possible to roll perfect balance and counterbalance at the same time on the weapon, so getting as much stability as always is super important. But once you have that stability locked down, there's a lot of good choices. So persistence can be decent on a weapon like this, especially if you're firing continuously at more than one target. Glass half full is pretty beastly because you'll often be able to gunfight more than one target in one magazine, because it's a pretty big mag, so to have that whole half of a mag, you know, doing bonus damage is always nice. Otherwise, Feeding Frenzy would be pretty good for reloads in combat on this weapon, and you can also roll Rangefinder, which could be pretty interesting with the right stability for boosting kind of combat range ever so slightly. So I feel like the bonuses I've mentioned are definitely the best options from the rollable bonuses on this weapon. There are some other things, but they're fairly lackluster compared to these bonuses. So overall, it's a fantastic weapon. Most of its usability in serious PvP content will come down to the roll. But is it any better than a Doctrine? Because some people, you know, said, oh, this is better than Doctrine. Other people say no. I wouldn't say it's better at all. You know, Doctrine has a high chance of rolling god tier stability and recoil options, where the SOULSTEALER'S can, of course, roll these things. I'd say the SOULSTEALER'S is more about getting those interesting bonuses like glass half full. And of course, having that kind of enhanced range potentially on this weapon does make it pretty interesting. It can definitely have more range than a Doctrine. But for someone that doesn't have a Doctrine, this is an absolutely fantastic option. And if you already kind of have one, like I said before, it's going to be about getting, you know, something with kind of a wider variety of bonuses, but is in the kind of same vein as a Doctrine of Passing. So that is my opinion of the SOULSTEALER'S Claw. Absolutely awesome auto rifle. I definitely want to grab one myself. myself. Hopefully this week in some of my packages I'll get a little bit lucky, because I've done at least kind of 10 levels in House of Judgment and I still don't have it. But either way, guys, let me know down below if you've used this thing, and let me know any awesome rolls of the weapon you have as well, because that'd be pretty cool to see. If you have enjoyed the video, as always, please drop a like and comment down below, and if you're new to the channel and you want to see a lot more Destiny content, then feel free to hit that subscribe button for a lot more. But for now, you guys have an awesome day. I'll catch you very soon.